Welcome, my name is Matt, aka Road Jedi 88. We are getting into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Era, New Republic. And here we are being advertised a new Era unit, which is Zeb Orrelios. And they take us immediately to the Marquee event, Tier 1. I don't know if he's going to have, because we're just being given him. They're giving us a complimentary version of him to go ahead and run on this first tier. That's helpful. That's very kind of them. So, let's get in here. Let's find out what we got here. I am excited to announce the arrival of Zeb Orrelios, New Republic pilot, to the holo tables. Formerly the muscle of the Ghost crew, this cunning Lasat warrior joined the fight against the Empire and now serves in the New Republic, continuing his work alongside pilots like Captain Carson Teva. Well, that's nice of him. Alright, so, who is in play? Okay, we got R5 that is in play. Well, we're kind of already familiar with R5. That is a lot to have to read all in one video, we should have already done it in the previous, but at the start of each encounter, all Rebel allies gain 15 max protection until the end of the encounter. Whenever R5-D4 takes damage from an enemy while a New Republic ally is taunting, R5-D4 gains protection up 25%, stacking for one turn. Whenever a New Republic ally without deflective ward critically hits an enemy that is dazed and shocked, that ally gains deflective ward for one turn or until they receive damage. Whenever an enemy recovers health or protection, R5-D4 inflicts 2 stacks of damage over time on that enemy for 2 turns at the end of that turn, once per turn. Whenever another New Republic ally uses a special ability, R5-D4 assists if all allies were New Republic at the start of the encounter. R5-D4 is immune to ability block and cooldown increase. Whenever R5-D4 inflicts a stack of damage over time, reduce the cooldown of Bad Motivator by 1, and if the Mandalorian Beskar armor has Whistling Birds, he gains 1 stack of Whistling Birds, max 20. Well, and of course we just did a round of R5, so we're kind of we should be at this point familiar with his abilities, his attack abilities, his defense abilities, stuff like that. But looks like they're giving us a complimentary version of him maxed up and give us a chance to see what our R5-D4 can look like as we continue pursuing him, building him up. Because now our focus is going to be on Zeb, not R5. Right now, at least for now in the era. Once the era is done, and actually, we can still kind of work on R5 a little bit during the era, but only from a different perspective. And when we come across that bridge, I'll point it out. But we'll go ahead and run a little magic work. So, Zeb Orrelios, New Republic pilot, has 35% evasion and gains 15 critical avoidance and 5% max health and max protection for each New Republic ally. At the start of each encounter, Zeb taunts for 2 turns, and all New Republic allies gain protection up 25% of the rest of the battle, which can't be dispelled or prevented. Oh, that is lovely. Yeah, that is just lovely. That's great. While taunting, Zeb gains 30% defense and 25% tenacity, which is awesome. Each time a New Republic ally evades an attack, they inflict the attacking enemy and accuracy down for 1 turn. The first time Zeb Orrelios, New Republic pilot, drops below 50% health, he gains 3 stacks of overtime for 2 turns, and all New Republic allies gain 30% turn meters. Well, that is awesome. So, let's see his basic attack. Suppressive Barrage. It's a physical attack. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflicts accuracy down for 1 turn. If it's Zeb Orrelios' New Republic pilot's turn and the target enemy already has accuracy down, blind them for 1 turn instead. Let's see his first special ability. Devastating Sweep. It's a physical attack. Reusable in 3 turns. Dispel all buffs on target enemies and inflict them with protection, disruption, and vulnerable for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. Deal physical damage to all enemies and provoke them for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled. Tactical Reversal, reusable in 3 turns. Deal physical damage. That's a physical damage. Okay. Deal physical damage. Sorry, my recording deal was blocking that. Reading there for a second. So, deal physical damage to target enemy equal to 25% of their max health. Dispel all taunt effects on all enemies. The Zeb taunt for 2 turns. If any taunt effect was dispelled, Zeb's taunt can't be dispelled if the target ally is a New Republic. We have a New Republic ally, so that's great. They gain additional effects based on their role for 1 turn. If it's an attacker, all New Republic allies gain offense up. Enemies are inflicted with offense down. If it's a healer or support character roles, which, as I pointed out in some of my mod videos, oftentimes healer and support can tie hand in hand with each other, just because of certain attributes. All New Republic allies gain potency up. Enemies are inflicted with potency down. For a tank character, which usually is what Zeb is, at least he was for the Phoenix team. I'm assuming that's what he is here too. But they seem to be putting a lot of focus on his attacker ability, so who knows. All New Republic allies gain defense up. Enemies are inflicted with defense down. Alright, I'm going to try that special ability. Let's have that Carson given the elements of that. Captain of the Adelphi Rangers. At the start of the battle, New Republic allies gain 50% accuracy and critical damage whenever an ally counterattacks the enemy is exposed for 1 turn. Whenever any New Republic ally counterattacks, that ally deals 50% damage. Whenever a New Republic ally resists a debuff, they gain 100% potency for 1 turn. Whenever a New Republic ally counterattacks, it inflicts the target enemy with a stack of on the run stacking max 10. Whenever another New Republic ally counterattacks, they gain 10% offense, stacking max 50%. Until the end of the encounter, whenever a New Republic ally uses a special ability, all other New Republic allies gain retribution for 1 turn. Whenever another New Republic ally counterattacks, they gain defense penetration up for 1 turn. Jeez, this is a lot of reading for a game. At the start of each encounter, all New Republic tank allies gain retribution for 1 turn and can't be dispelled. Teba gains 30% max, which I just passed something on to him. Teba gains 30% max health, max protection, and offense whenever a New Republic ally is inflicted with a debuff, inflicts critical chance down and potency down on all enemies for 1 turn. Also inflicts accuracy down on all Empire enemies for 1 turn. At the start of each enemy's turn, excluding Galactic Legends, if they have 300 speed more than Carson Teva, they are inflicted with speed down for 1 turn, which can't be resisted whenever a New Republic ally gains advantage. All New Republic allies gain 5% critical chance and critical damage, stacking max 100% until the end of the battle. Whenever R5D4 uses a special ability, reduce the cooldown of keeping the piece by 1. Whenever an ally uses a special ability on an enemy with at least 1 stack of on the run, they gain advantage. Whenever a New Republic ally evades, inflict target enemy with a stack of on the run, stacking max 10. Okay, now let's start with this basic ability. On your signal, which is a physical attack, deal physical damage to target enemies and gain retribution for 1 turn. During Captain Carson Teba's turn, all other New Republic allies gain retribution for 1 turn. If it's the enemy's turn, attack again, max 2 attacks. So it sounds like he gets bonus turns, which is kind of nice. Or it sounds like he could get bonus turns. Okay, I'm trying to select on that. So we get that reading. Please don't just do an attack. Oh, come on. There we go. Keeping the peace, physical. Reusable on 4 turns. So once we've used it, we have to wait 4 rounds. Deal physical damage to the target enemy 3 times. Call other target ally to assist. which is kind of cool. We have a number of characters that actually do that. Phoenix Squad Rex did it. So Zeb should be no stranger to that. Call other target ally to assist. Inflict cumulative debuffs based on critical hits scored. 1+ offense down for 1 turn. 2+ defense down for 1 turn. 3+ speed down for 1 turn. I'm definitely going to go ahead and make use of that special ability. I'm going to have Zeb join in with him. And yeah, see, R5 joined in, so he calls in the squad. So he's definitely a support character here. That was a support move. Alright, I'm going to send R5 in with what he has left. I'm going to use Zeb's first special ability, because that's the only other one not being blocked from us at the moment. Tarvet's basic ability. And we'll just see this battle through. There we go. That might have been a bit of a waste on that special ability. I probably could have just waited until this guy that's evading reappeared, or we got over to him. But that is tier 1. That is a number of challenges or quests completed. Several quest challenges completed after that. Let's get our second one. Is it still complimentary or no? Okay, they got us on our own, but we have some parts, or I've got some parts I could stack to him. Whoa, way more than R5. Well, I don't want to leave R5 just hanging behind. And maybe this is just simply me, because I do want to make sure R5 is having a chance to expand as well. Because, I mean, if, like anyone else, I don't want to leave him hanging behind. You know, I spent the whole last phase trying to build him up. So, I'll tell you what, I will bring him up to 30. And I want to go over to Zeb and see if I can't even these two out together. Kind of let these two be equal with each other. Take Zeb up to 32. See what that gives me. Back up to R5. Bring him up to 32. And I just got one more. And since Zeb is a tank still. Okay. Support. Wow, Teva is actually an attacker. Yeah, he pulled a support character stunt. That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna bump Zeb up just one above R5. And it's not to be mean to R5, but to be fair, Zeb does dish out more than R5 does. So, well, real quick, before I go into this battle, because a number of quest challenges did get knocked out from what we did a moment ago. Alright, so let's take a look. Episode quest, that's what I thought. Go ahead and claim on that. Yeah, I've had a busy day. I've been stretched all over. I got other games I'm trying to work on, but collect on what we needed on. Collect on there. So, yeah, we'll go back to the, well, hold on. Every time I keep trying to go in that direction, I'm finding something. Nah, I was hoping it'd be parts towards the era. Not exactly. But let's go into Marquee event, tier 2. Let's go ahead and try to knock this out. He's not maxed, but we did put some strength into him. Did we give it all to him? No, because we got another character we have to look after. He may not, R5 may no longer be the focus point, but at some point when we get done with the era, are we not going to want him powered up? We can go ahead and kind of get ahead of that. That's the way I'm looking at it. So, that's tier 2. Well, that was painless. Just basic attack 2 times. Didn't even need the special abilities. Alright, so we do need him up to upgrade to 4-star, and unfortunately, I think with that is going to be pay-to-play approach. But if I'm mistaken, when we power him up more, maybe we'll see something different. I don't know what my screen is doing. So, well, you're a beauty queen. Alright. Quite from the last Coliseum battling that we did before. We'll go into battle. Look at our squad. I think I'm kind of liking Captain Teva. Dang it. I don't have Carson Teva. Alright, well in that case, I'll go back to Mon Mothma. Zeb. Replace Captain Drogon with... Because Mon Mothma ought to be pulling that Captain Drogon out. I would think. I'm kind of hoping to see that. And if she doesn't, then the next battle I'm going to challenge my thought on that. So just run the battle. Okay, yeah, next time I might switch Mon Mothma out for possibly Hera. I'll have to see how everyone else connects with her, because it doesn't seem like she gets too many joining teams with her, which is kind of sad. I mean, good to know Mon Mothma gets full support, but geez, after everything Hera's done for the rebellion, Mon Mothma is not doing what I thought she would do. Oops. I meant to hit the special ability for R5. But this guy's about to be down, so no big loss. Poke. That's why I don't play around with electric outlets. I'm just kidding. Alright. So we got some more parts there. Like I said, I might trade Mon Mothma out though. And it's not that I don't like her, it's just I did mention in previous videos of the era that I was already kind of reluctant with Mon Mothma. Well, that's crazy. I got 2 characters that actually don't sync up with her. No one here is... Not even Zeb. Traitor. Look at that. What a traitor. I need someone who can lead. I was getting more... Okay, I was actually getting better support out of Mon Mothma. I still like Din Djarin, so his I suppose him and Zeb can still kind of hold up for themselves without having to follow him on. I don't like that idea, but they do hold up pretty good for themselves. That's kind of among the few reasons I will let a squad member join this, or let a character join a squad, even if they're not syncing up with the leader. Is that, I mean, if they do still bring something to the table without needing to sync up, then that's great. I really kind of like what I was reading on Carson Teva, though. This is too bad we don't have access to him, but it kind of makes sense because it sounds like he might be in the lineup of the era characters we unlock. So, as I'm thinking about it, of course we wouldn't have access to him. We haven't unlocked him yet. I'm just thinking ahead of myself. Wow. Take the pride out of this beast. Okay, I'm touching the touchscreen. It's just not responding. Okay, so he did that. I forgot about reading on that taunt. That's what that special ability was doing. I'm seeing it now. Like I said, and get to play around with the character. You get to learn your characters and what it is they're doing. Another good important reason to participate in these various different events that you see show up in your gameplay. Because you never know when they're going to advertise something or provide an opportunity to get to test out characters you don't normally think about. And for all you know, you might find out you kind of underestimated someone. I mean, I got a history of doing that. I got my pride lowered by a bunch of Gungians a while back. That was a little humiliating. Hey, rude. You thought you got rid of him. Okay, my touchscreen is just barely cooperating. Come on, it's so close. Bring him down. Well, that was rude. What do you think this is? The Hobbit? Have a rock war? Alright. See how much further I can push. I ought to be able to build someone up. Really? We got nothing to administer to Zeb, but we're R5. That is just kind of sad. But I'll jump into another battle. Well, I'd be surprised if we actually see the end of this Coliseum or this Coliseum tier, because he was starting to kind of spank the characters a little more than that last one. So we can definitely see ourselves getting beaten down a bit more this round. I'm definitely expecting it. Oh, he puts a taunt on himself, no matter what. Okay. Well, at least the attention isn't all on Cara Dune or all on Zeb. They both kind of sharing it. Sometimes it's kind of nice if you have another person that can share the taunt. Or two characters that can share the taunt. That way it's not just one being the crash dummy. Or the punching bag. But at the same time, I mean, the focus is going to be on those two, and they're going to get thinned down nonetheless. And it's that Captain Drogon that I think is putting out a car of what I just did. Rude. Well, how would you like it if I B-slapped you too? You ain't gonna like it too much. Kara keeps getting the taunt put on her. I didn't even select her that time. I'm missing something. Now I'll figure it out. Well, maybe I won't this round. But going into this, I did point out I expected this. I mean, he was just beginning to pick off my guys by the end of the last round. There he goes, doing a hard swipe against my whole squad there. Come on, Dinjarin. Poke him a little bit more. All right. Well, that's probably about as far as we're going to see ourselves yet. But that's some good progress. Some real good progress. Let me take another look real quick. Collect on the tokens. I'm going to go to shipment and see what I have collected. Well, hold on. Boy, I am lagging. Yeah. Personal house tours. Gotta keep up with the house tours of the day. I did kind of show up a little late. I mean, I was on this morning, but I had other things I was trying to put my attention to. I think I'll at least deal with one token for now. And I'll figure out later who I want to apply that to, but we're not going to see a tier 3 if we're not pay-to-play approach here. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's about the most I'm gonna be able to pull off today. So that was Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Era of New Republic, Marquee event for Zeb Orrelios. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and thank you for following. May the Force be with you.